Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of Business Talk with Ivan. And today I am joined by Jesse from Norway. Good afternoon, Jesse. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Norway. England is
Yes.
it feels like an episode of Eurovision here. So England and Norway competing together on a European stage in a song contest or something. How are you?
Yes. I'm fine. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for inviting me in here.
My
It's
absolute
my
pleasure. My absolute
yes.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So first of all, I have to ask. So Norway. That feels very, very cold at this time of year. But is it cold, snowy, or is it more wet and?
No, it's more wet. Actually, it's raining a lot this past week. It haven't snow. Well, it snowed. It was in November, but not this month of December yet.
Right.
So we're hoping it will snow soon.
Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers.
Yeah.
So,
Kids love snow.
Yes, no, definitely. I know they do. Adults, not so much. It's nice when it falls. Maybe settles for a bit, but when you have to start driving around in it, it's never good.
Oh, we love snow because. Do you go skiing? Do you ski?
I have skied. I've skied twice in my life. I went on a skiing holiday, did that, and that was fine. Then went practicing to go skiing again and fell over and broke my wrist, and then had to cancel my skiing holiday. so
It's fun.
It was, yeah. I went to New York instead. It was fine. But yeah. But not regularly. But do you do a lot of skiing there?
Yes, we mostly go on the weekend, especially when it's a lot of snow. So we go skiing or either alpine, slalom. I don't know if you heard that way.
Yeah.
Alpine. I think it's called alpine.
So alpine skiing, yeah.
Yeah, alpine ski. Yeah, that's really fun. Oh, my son loves it.
Do you have that facility very close to where you live then, do you?
We drive like about 2 hours to get there.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Because you have to have this place, a bit higher.
Right. Yeah.
You have to ride in what is it? A car cable or something to go up to the hill, and then you just roll down.
Roll down. Ski down.
Roll down with your ski.
Roll down. You ski down.
Yeah.
You roll down if you fall over on the skis and you end up rolling.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think we've all been there and done that. So thank you again for doing this today, and
Yes.
I'm really interested to hear your journey. So, as I said at the start of this, I do a lot of interviews, and I interview people all over Europe and around the world, really, because I want to know about their journey into this business. Because I've had my journey, but I want to know about other people's journeys. So, thank you for taking the time today. So, my first question really is, tell me about what did Jesse do before this business? So what was your life like? And tell me about that.
Okay, so first actually, so I just tell you that I came from Philippines. So I'm not really came from a rich family. So I came from a poor family. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. So I actually left from my parents' house since I was 14 years old. So I was very young. And start working, different work. But because I want to support my family and my sisters and brother. So yeah. And I'm not gonna talk a lot about longer years. I hope that's okay. But it was... before I came here, I was working in a factory actually. So working in a factory is like working 12 hours a day.
Hard work.
And yes, it's really hard work, and like 7 days a week. Sometimes you don't have a day off, and it's horrible.
Wow.
Yes, okay. It's tough, and just like you just wake up in the morning, 5 in the morning, and go to work, and came home and sleep, and go back to work again the next day. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I start meeting my husband in 2008. I think it's 2008 December. Christmas day.
Time flies.
Yes, that's what I met him, and then we moved here in Norway. It was 2011.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've been there ever since?
Yes, I've been here since. We travel for some vacations, you know.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So your family, I can hear the kids in the background. So how many children do you have?
No, I have only one. It's his friend is over here. So
Ah, okay,
yeah,
okay,
I have a 9-year-old boy.
okay. Very
Yes.
demanding, I imagine.
Yes, and yeah, so wasn't really easy to come here because when I moved here, it was tough because I can't work because I have my son, right, and their language, and my background is caregiver in Philippines, right. I work some with special people. So right now I'm a healthcare assistant, so I work with special people,
Okay.
with special people that they need some help in their daily routine
Yes.
every day. Yes, if you know. Yeah. So when it was the first year we moved here, I couldn't work because I have to study their language because it's hard. I can't understand. It was really lonely. No friends, and like you're like you feel like you're outsider.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yes. I start working since 2013 as a
Yeah,
healthcare
things
assistant.
changed. I
Yes.
assume you've now mastered the language clearly because your grasp of the English language is very good from my perspective. So.
Yeah. Oh, and that thing too. They don't speak English.
No way,
People
right?
don't speak. Yes, they speak Norwegian, right? So I came here like, come on.
You've had to learn 2 languages then, haven't you?
Yeah, Philippines, English, and Norwegian. Yes.
Multilingual.
Yes. And I also having difficult with the conversation with my in-laws because she can't, especially my mother-in-law, she can't speak English. Well, she can like hello, just simple one, but not really if you have a long conversation. No, she can't, and we can't understand each other. That's
I,
difficult.
I understand. I understand. Okay, so
Yes.
you've been in Norway since kind of 2012. Okay, we've
Yeah,
got
it was 8 years now.
8 years. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you work? Are you still working full time, or is it a part time?
No, I'm not working full time as a healthcare assistant because of my husband's job.
Okay.
He's working a different shift, so I can't because working here in a healthcare, if working as a healthcare assistant, you need to work morning and afternoon, right?
Okay.
I can't do that, so I can only work when he's free on when he's most working at the night. So I can work on the daytime and sometimes in the afternoon. I also work night shift when he's free.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
Wow. So it feels like that's quite challenging to try and juggle that between you and just manage
Yes.
that time is quite hard, I imagine. Then.
Yes, it has to be when he's free. I can go to work, But we have to spare some time on the weekend. I can't just work every weekend because he's working also on the weekend, right? We need to have time to spend, especially we have a kid.
I understand. I understand. So I guess that brings you to why a digital business then? What had you been looking for one for a while?
Yeah, no, actually, I was seeing this. No, it was 2000. No, it was last year, maybe I think, or it was this year. I can't remember. It was a friend of mine, inviting me some MLM,
Yeah.
MLM, right? And so, okay, it's not that bad. It's just gonna invite some friends to join you like that. I didn't think that it was hard because you need to bug your friends and your family, and I hate that.
It's horrible.
It's frustrating and
Why
like
would
you
I
you
don't see why anyone would do it?
yes, and I have already right like I have people under me and they're not doing anything, so we're not moving because they're not doing. I have to do all right, and I hate that thing. So I'm really but I still searching, and because I want to help my husband with the yeah, so he can stop working, just minimize his time to work.
Yes.
so we can spend more time together.
Okay.
Yes.
So so that was that. You've been looking. So you tried the money, the MLM.
Yes, and didn't work.
That
It's
didn't
just
work.
flush right to the toilet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay. So then I'm assuming you then stumbled across this opportunity, did you? Or did you?
Yes, I did. I came across this ad. It was April, and then I didn't really, it wasn't my coach right now or my mentor. It's not really the first ad I saw, and it was other one, but I just ignore it. I did even ask what's this about, and then I didn't reply at all. And then it came another one ad, and it's my mentor, and she's amazing. I read all, and then I saw my friend commenting down on her ad. So okay, I'm gonna ask too. I was curious too.
Yeah.
Okay, then I did ask, and then she told me that you need to watch this and tell me if there's a webinar, if this is something for me. So I did watch the video, and it's stuck in my head after watching it. It's blow my mind. All those people, how they're just normal people, just like us,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yes, and it's giving me like, okay, I think I want to dig in. I told my husband about it, that I wanna check about it, but he doesn't really convincible. Yes,
Not to explain to someone, who wants to watch the webinar.
Well, I did it anyway. I did pay it was only 99 that time.
Yeah.
So I did, and then watched the video. I did even the coaching call the day after, I think. After watching the videos, yeah. Yes, I did. Because when I saw everything inside the community, I saw people and watching all their stories, and like, if they can do this, why can't I, right? So I really, it's encouraged me to do this.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really sure if I can do it. I still have this doubt with me and myself, because I already been to MLM, and I wasn't sure if this is the right one.
Yeah.
Right? Of course.
Yeah.
And then I did my coaching call, and yes, people are welcoming me, like it's overwhelming. When I came in.
It is, and I think that's the thing. It's quite interesting, really, because anyone can do this, so if anybody is kind of watching this interview now and they're kind of thinking, oh, well, I've not got any experience of using a computer or using the internet or Facebook or whatever, it doesn't matter, does it? You can literally come into this with no experience, and I think that sounds like, you're probably in that, you've had to learn a lot yourself, haven't you, by the sounds of it?
Mm. Yeah, but I actually didn't start right away because I did have to ask my permission to my husband, and I want to do this, right? And of course, he is a skeptical person. Well, everyone has the right to be skeptical, and he doesn't really believe in online world. He stick to his job, everything like that, the traditional one.
Yep.
Well, I still did it, and we're like, you're still gonna do it, don't you? Just said to me. Yeah, yes, I'm still gonna do it, even if you say no. I'm stubborn.
Well, here we are, so you clearly made the right decision. We know you made the right decision, don't we? So, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so you joined. It sounds like, so you went through the process of having your call, and obviously then
yes, I did
forward, and then you started, didn't you? I guess so. And tell me about, so when going through the training, how
it was overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I didn't expected that it's gonna be a lot, a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so, and I'm not a I'm not tech savvy or something. I really have no experience of doing on well, I did MLM isn't the same as this one because it has a lot to learn. You need to follow all the steps like that. The MLM is just inviting people to come in and join to your link. That's all you're gonna do. But here you're gonna start training, create your page and everything like that, and it was really overwhelming for me, and it's the time consuming.
Yeah,
it's hard.
And I think that's important, isn't it? I think it's important that we say that. So this is not, this is not get rich quick. This is not something where you sit down and spend 30 minutes and expect to have an online business.
Yes.
Time in, right? It's very top heavy the time though, isn't it? I think so. That first month, after you decide to take the next step, go through the process of getting your website and your business page and everything, getting all that set up and just putting all the systems in place. That's what takes the time, and then obviously watching all the videos. But once you've gone through that process, the amount of work that you need to do on a regular basis does become much more manageable, I find. I don't know whether you feel the same way, but it's very top heavy. So, there is some serious time required for people to invest in it. That is ultimately what we're saying.
Yeah.
How much time do you spend, or were you spending when you went through
I spent 2-3 weeks before I managed to build or and start running my own.
Yeah.
So it takes a while because
that's pretty quick.
I'm doing it in the evening.
Yeah, that's not long. That's not long at all. If you talk, I know I've talked to people where it's potentially taken them a couple of months, but it all comes down to just what people want to put in. It's you put in what you get out at the end of the day, don't you? So, so a few weeks is not a long time, and I was similar, and that wasn't me rushing. That was just it took a few weeks.
Yeah, I just really want to do it and finish it and see how it goes, and my husband is. He was really irritated at me because I'm kind of, tired during the day because I've been spending so many times during the night. And he doesn't like that. Well, it's all worth it, After 3 months running my business, I started getting results, and I get a smile back at him, and he knows that it's working. It's a real thing that I'm doing right now.
Absolutely, and that is really important, isn't it? So let me just understand what you just said then. So 3 months in, and you're seeing results coming through from your business.
Yes, it's not like that after you build it and then you're gonna have the result right away. No, it's not.
No, absolutely.
Yes, you still have to process everything. You need to. I have to learn everything, how to run ads and like that. You need to find something.
Absolutely. What's been the biggest thing, do you think, that you've had to learn? What when you think back over the past kind of 4, 5, 6 months, what's been the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome for you?
My biggest challenge really is conquering my fear. Just like this, facing in a camera, talking somebody. Oh my God, not really.
You're doing very well, Erica. Let me just say you're doing very well.
Yeah, and then I did a challenge. I challenged myself. I joined this live video challenge with Helen Martin. I think everybody knows Helen Martin. Yes, I did join her challenge, and that's helped me a lot to build my self-confidence and get out there and just talk to them like no one is looking at me. Just pretend that no one is looking at me. That was the hardest part, and the time consuming of with this business.
Yeah,
that was the hard.
Yeah,
that I have to spend. Yes.
Sure. So knowing what you know about the business, because obviously we now understand this business fully. And the way we kind of bring people in is. It's all done incrementally, so we're very conscious about not overwhelming people. But looking back at it in sort of thinking about the business as a whole, what do you think the biggest benefit, the biggest benefit for somebody who's thinking about this business should be? So I think about like the 90% automated system. The community would be other kind of
the support is amazing.
It is, isn't it? It is. Do you agree? Do you think those are the most important things, or do you think there's anything else? Or
uh, the thing is that when I started this business, and like you don't have, if you don't have experience, right? And you don't have to bug your family and friends. That's the best thing in this business that I really love, because I don't have to go to my friends sending them
Oh,
asking them to join me. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that. I hate that. So that's the first thing I love this business. And I'm meeting some friends from all over the world, and the support of the community is really amazing. Like 24 hours, the support is 24 hours. Like because we're in Europe, right? And still somebody is awake some other country, or when you're asking some question, and
absolutely.
okay, maybe yes, you still have a support.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a great thing about this, isn't it? It is that community that's there 24/7. But I think as you progress through the journey, it's very top heavy, isn't it? As you're starting off, you have lots of questions, and you're like, oh, what do I? That's where you use it. But as you get into it, and you start, you are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the line, the support that you require it reduces down in line, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And you are just, we're here today 5, 6 months on, because we've been doing it a very similar amount of time by the sounds of it. And you don't need that much day-to-day support. We just run our own businesses, don't we? It's as simple as that, really.
Yes. Yeah, but sometimes, when you forgot something, the training is still there. You just plug in again and watch if you forgot something. And that's the part I love of this system.
They're always refreshing it, aren't they, as well? They're always making it up to date.
Yeah, especially if I have my mentees asking me something, my partner, right? If I'm, because they're asking me some questions that, okay, I have to go back first.
Yeah.
And then look at it. So what was it she was asking about? And I always also said to them that you need to go in and see it for yourself, because it's the best way for you to learn, rather than me telling them, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it is, the training is absolutely critical, but like you just said, it is about ongoing as well. So it's important that people, everyone receives a mentor and then the coach, but the training and the community are there to help as well, and people need to know they've got all those avenues of support, haven't they, to help get answers and in guidance, and just bounce ideas off as well, because that's what I find really useful is, it brings out the creativity in me, and I'm, in terms of how to, what to talk about on my business page and stuff like that. And I find community and support really great for things like that. You know what I mean? So that's really good. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the dream then? What fast forward, your life 12 months, and what's the plan? Where are you wanting to be? What are you working towards?
Well, I wish I wasn't. Well, I'm looking forward to the beach. Get back laying on the beach.
No, amen to that one, definitely.
On a holiday with my family, I miss that,
Yeah.
Here, the cold weather, especially during this time. Hopefully next year will be in the Philippines, during this time of the year, because it's cold and it's, it's Christmas, and this time of the year is like, it's different from here, from my Philippines. Here Christmas is like normal day. Is if there are some concerts, some music like that, but we have a Christmas tree, and most people really set up their Christmas tree like 5 days before, or the day before Christmas. It's like in Philippines, you start having your Christmas tree the beginning of September, like the Burr month. And here you don't hear any people singing in front of your door. You won't hear that. Singing carol. What is called?
Christmas carols. Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas carols. You won't hear that here in Philippines. It's just in front of your house. They're singing, kids singing. No, wow. Not here.
That's really interesting. I did not know that. So that's really interesting. So the 12 months time, it's about traveling, is what you're saying, is basically.
Yes, travel. I want travel.
Okay.
Home. Yes.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe in a few years' time, we can buy our own house. It's my really
amazing
goal to buy our own house, because since I since I left from my family before, we just renting a house. So until now, I'm just still renting a house, and it's kind of, you know how it feels like when we're renting a house. You know,
Yeah.
it's
No,
hard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not your own, is it? And I get that. I understand that. Okay, okay. So this all starts for people with watching a workshop, doesn't it? Okay, which is what, you know, we encourage people to do. And the reason we do that is because there's a lot to this business, and the workshop is the easiest and best and most effective way of getting the information across to people, isn't it? You know, and we run these webinars, these workshops, they run twice a week. They're also on demand, so you can watch it online, all right? So, but why do you think, why should someone who's watching this now, who's watching us have this conversation now, why should they watch the webinar, do you think?
Well, I mean, why not, right? It's, if you can watch a movie for 2 hours, and well, you know, the difference if you watch a movie, you don't do you really you know, get some knowledge while watching the movie? No, it's not. But here it's 90 minutes. The webinar is only 90 minutes, and you know, you will get something from it. You benefit from it, and you know, just why would people not try? It's free. I mean, it's really free to learn what is it, and then if you decide that it's something for you, just, you know, ask your mentor or the one that you were joining in to proceed. And yeah, and it's, you know, this webinar is life-changing, if I'm gonna say it. It's a life-changing for me, actually. So I hope people could really think, you know, just don't close their door. Most people think really when they say that it's webinar or something, they think that, oh, it's MLM. Just, you know, they think negative already. You have to be positive and open-minded to look into it first before you decide that it is not for you. As simple as that. And if you really want something in your life, if you want to change something in your life, then give it a chance. Try it. You know. Well, I think that's.
Not said that better. No, that's absolutely right. It is. You know, 90 minutes is a small amount of time to give, to forfeit, however you want to forego, for something that potentially could change your life, which is absolutely hit the nail on the head, really, to be fair. You know, so, and I think, you know, 6 months on for us, we're seeing the benefits of us doing exactly that 6 months ago. You know, and we were webinar, aren't we? To be fair, that's what we're saying. So I get it. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there are now more than 36,000 who started from the webinar, just watching the webinar, and now people are changing their life. Like, why can't you, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is absolutely a critical point. Why can't you? You know, a digital business may not be for everybody, but the big question everyone should be asking themselves is, what if it is? What if a digital business is the right thing for you? And the only way to find out the answer to that question is to watch the workshop. I mean, and it's completely complimentary, so why would you not? You know, so absolutely. Jessa, you're an absolute star. Thank you so much. That's been an absolute pleasure to have that conversation with you. You know, everybody watching, that is another kind of just real, authentic story from another one of my business partners across Europe, in this case in Norway. You know.
Thank you, Ivan.
No, my absolute pleasure. It just goes to show that anybody in any country, this is a worldwide business. That's what it's designed to show as well, is that anybody in any country can do this. Not something for the US, for the UK, or for Canada, or for one particular country. It does not matter where you are in the world, you can work and run this digital business. Okay.
Yes.
Here's Jessa in Norway, living proof of that conversation. I'm in the UK. Okay. But Jessa, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ivan.
And we'll see everybody else on the next episode of Business Talk. So until then, thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.